And if Rodgers can just control everything, do what he does, again, at something in the neighborhood of 80% of what he was at his best, I think the Jets have a real shot, let's just say realistically, to be the last one standing in the AFC alongside Patrick and Kansas City.
Football season has arrived. I'm just going to flat out ask you, how are you holding up during this countdown to Monday football and the return of Aaron Rodgers to the Jets on a scale of like 1 to 10? Where's your anxiety right now?
Yeah, not well. I mean, I would say not well. I'm not hanging up well. My anxiety is at an 11. Look, I think all Jet fans are conditioned to expect the worst. But here's what I've sort of told myself, and I think it makes some sense. You tell me if you agree. If you removed the uniforms, if you just took a look at the roster, you would say to yourself, if Aaron Rodgers can recover 80% of what he was at his best, he's a 40-year-old quarterback coming off an Achilles. To expect him to be the same guy he was 10 years ago is probably unrealistic. But if he can be 80% of that, the Jets have as good a team as there is in the NFL. The Jets are loaded. Their defense, which has never played with a lead, never, because they've had the worst quarterback play in probably in NFL history, certainly in their era, in the most recent 5-6 year era. The Jets have had the worst quarterback play, so that defense, which has been excellent anyway, is going to play with a lead, which is always a big advantage. If you look at the offense, the line is completely remade and has some depth. The wide receiving core led by Garrett Wilson should be top 10 in the league, conservatively. Breece Hall, I think, could be. If I had the number one pick in fantasy, I would take him. I think he could be the most productive back in the entire NFL. And if Rodgers can just control everything, do what he does, again, at something in the neighborhood of 80% of what he was at his best, I think the Jets have a real shot, let's just say realistically, to be the last one standing in the AFC alongside Patrick and Kansas City. And then you go in there and you take your puncher's chance with a quarterback who won't be intimidated by the moment. I think the Jets have a real chance to be really good.
Yeah, you sort of hit on it. It's been a long time since Aaron played meaningful football, and the last we saw him with the Packers, you said, he wasn't the best version of Aaron Rodgers that we once knew. So why should we believe in the 40-year-old heading into this season, aside from the weapons he's got?
Look, Aaron Rodgers, so let's go over it. Last year he got hurt 4 plays in. There's nothing to talk about. The year before that, I will forever believe he broke his thumb, or at least significantly injured his thumb in that game in London against the Giants. He was not the same the rest of the year. He was also disgruntled as a person could be, and he had lost his overwhelming, most important teammate, weapon, and sort of partner in crime in Davante Adams. That team was diminished. Did Rodgers have a great year? No. But I'll even say that the year before that, he was the MVP of the league. But I'll even go so far as to say this. If Rodgers plays this coming year for the Jets as well, exactly as well as he played for Greenberg in his much maligned final season there, the Jets are a playoff team, for sure. And maybe a team that has a chance to go deep. If he's a little better than that, which I think he will be, because I'm telling you his thumb was never right that season, then I think they are a conference championship-esque kind of team. And once you get there, you never know what might happen.
Hey, sports fans, if you want to see more conversations with athletes and stars, check out these videos right here and be sure to subscribe for more from USA Today Sports.